Hello, Namaskar. This is Firstpost and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. A very happy Holi to all those of you who are celebrating. What a week this has been. The Americans met the Ukrainians in Saudi Arabia. They agreed to a deal. Then they took the deal to Moscow to get Vladimir Putin on board, but Putin is keeping them guessing. He has said neither yes nor no. Instead, he has posed questions and sent the American envoy back to Donald Trump to get their ducks in a row. We'll tell you how this is playing out. Meanwhile, Trump is very serious about what the world thought was a joke. The US president wants Greenland and Canada and the Panama Canal. For the rest of the world, he has tariffs. He says they will make Americans rich, but as of today, they're making Chinese stocks great again. We'll explain how. Also in focus, how India hopes to evade Trump's tariffs, why Elon Musk's Doge cuts may be reversed, why Poland wants American nuclear weapons, how China and Russia are taking the lead in saving the Iran nuclear deal, why Balochistan remains a blind spot for the West, why a tourist influencer in Australia has triggered nationwide outrage, and how Holi is not just a festival of colors, it is also the time when business blooms. All this and more coming up. The headlines first. Mark Carney sworn in as Canada's new Prime Minister. The ruling Liberal Party overwhelmingly backed him to replace Justin Trudeau. Carney takes over at a time when Canada is embroiled in a trade war with the US. He has never been elected to public office before. General elections are likely in Canada within weeks. Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte fails to appear in person at the International Criminal Court. He attended the opening of his Crimes Against Humanity hearing virtually. Duterte was arrested on Tuesday over his deadly crackdown on narcotics. While in office, he is the first former Asian head of state to face charges at the ICC. In the DR Congo, M23 rebels say they are open to talks with the government. This is to end the conflict in the volatile eastern region. Since 2021, the Rwanda-backed rebels have been fighting the Congolese army. They have seized large parts of the mineral-rich territory and sparked fears of a wider war. German parties finally reach a deal over a huge spending plan costing more than $500 billion. Chancellor-in-waiting Friedrich Merz says he has struck a deal with the Greens. The plan calls for massively boosting defense and infrastructure spending. It will now go to the parliament for approval next week. And heavy rains swell rivers and flood streets. In Italy's Florence, authorities issue a red alert for the historic city and urge residents to stay indoors. Schools, parks and cemeteries have all been closed.
Firstpost brings you the Ideas Pod at the Raisina Dialogue 2025, the largest gathering of global policymakers, thought leaders, and innovators, now on the fastest-growing international news platform. Big ideas, big debates, big impact. Only at the Ideas Pod.
Raisina Hill.
Firstpost gives you front-row access to the conversations that matter most. The Ideas Pod. Raisina Dialogue 2025 on Firstpost. From March 17th to March 19th.